Ladies and gentlemen, today is a very odd day to say the least. As some of you may recall, there is a person named Fedmyster from the offline TV household. Yeah, that was a way back in the day thing. This whole ordeal happened months ago, around the time that I actually started my channel. And today, all these months later, is a huge update to a situation. Alright, well, what I'm gonna do real quick is roll the fucking intro, and then I'm gonna inform you guys on what's going on. So, play that shit. Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys, and for all you that are new, welcome to the channel as well. I'm glad to see you today, and I appreciate you guys joining me just for a few minutes this fine evening. Before I re-inform you about the whole Fedmyster situation, I just want to say that tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and we have a special day, I guess, so it's up to you guys what I do tomorrow. Either we do another Q&A, we do a stream, or we pick a topic that you guys want me to cover. And if none of those work out, then I guess I'll just do whatever I want. Anyway, back to the video. First, you're going to need to know about offline TV. Offline TV is a bunch of content creators that live in the same house, and notable people are Pokimane, Disguised Toast, Lee Pichu, Skara, Michael Reeves, Saikuna, and Yvonne. Now, there was also a member by the name of Fedmyster, who was actually kicked out of the house previously for sexual misconduct. Now, these allegations came up from two members of the group. These girls would claim that he would walk into their rooms completely uninvited, and a quick jump leap forward into a whole different hellhole. They would also talk about how sometimes they were inappropriately touched. Many people, including Pokimane, also talked about their horrible experiences with Fedmyster, and it went a long way, to say the least. They quote-unquote brought forward to the light all the horrible things that they had went through with him. There was also a point that was brought up that Fedmyster wanted Yvonne out of the group.
Oh, she won't work on no TV stuff with me or brainstorm and blah blah blah. And this discussion got to the point of us almost letting Yvonne go from the company.
Now, on June 27th of this year, Fedmyster threw out an apology and let the entire world know, and he acknowledged to the entire internet everything that was put against him, and he took his leave. Now you're all caught up, to say the least, and now we're going to jump into the meat and potatoes of today's discussion. Just last night, as me and my friends were all sitting in a Discord call together making jokes, I was talking to Briz about his Fedmyster video, and about 20 minutes later, as crazy as it sounds, this 25-page document from Fedmyster addressing that situation finally, all these months later, surfaced. We honestly felt like we had just summoned it from the grave, and it just happened because we were just talking about it and the topic just spun up out of nowhere, which is absolutely insane. But to be fair, I'm going to say this right now, is that these documents I don't think were ever meant to break the surface of the internet. They were meant to be private. You can tell there's exchanged text messages between Fedmyster and Pokimane. There's a lot of very, very personal things in here, and for that I will not be showing said text messages. If you do a quick search on Twitter or on Google in general, you'll probably find them, so yeah, don't be mad if you don't find them here. Now, this document supposedly surfaced accidentally from a person named Pichu. Yeah, no idea. I'm very ignorant to the streaming world, so cut me some slack. Now, last night, Destiny decided to read the entire 25-page document on his stream. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the internet blew up. Now, this document was actually written sometime in September or August, mainly because it opens up with him saying, "Hey guys, it's been 2 months." He states he's been receiving help, and the purpose of this document is not to contradict Yvonne and Lee's stories, which are the two victims of the prior offline TV incident. The purpose is to address the individuals that I believe are twisting the truth for their own benefit. For my own health, I can no longer stay silent. The one thing I kind of feel like is Fed actually doesn't defend himself from any of the allegations. He kind of admits to them, but what he does defend himself in is the false information that Pokimane spread. Now, I will say that a lot of these documents tend to make Pokimane look a little just not good. Now, I know there won't be another Pokimane Fallout nuke, but I will tell you that the Pokimane hate train is riled up, the coal's in the engine, and they're ready to get off. Tons of YouTubers have already touched on this subject, and they will continue to do so in the future. Because when it comes to Pokimane, we tend to never let shit go. He speaks about how his relationship with Pokimane evolved from just a friendship to more of an intimate relationship. This happened about 2 years ago in 2018, and long story short, it just didn't work out. They worked under the same roof, they had to be professional, and shit like that. Now, it kind of seems that Fed was a little hung up over this entire situation, because in reality, she was out here doing whatever the fuck she wanted, and my man was still up in the closet singing Cups of the Rosé. Now, if things had went south in their relationship, things would get very awkward. Pokimane wanted to keep it casual, but Fed was looking for more of a relationship. There's actually a clip where I don't feel like editing, where T-Pain and Fedmyster are having a conversation, and Fed's like, me and her kind of have a thing, and T-Pain's just like, well, I'm gonna change that, because, he's T-Pain. Come on, Tallahassee's hero. The extremely sad part about that whole joke is that no one knows what the fuck that means because you guys are so young. God damn it. Fed implies that Pokimane was being manipulative and that she was stringing along casual and intimate. He continues to talk about his awkward relationship with Pokimane and how weird it is to be in his position. At this point, they were lingering across the lines of casual and intimacy, and I can definitely see where Fed was trying to go. Now, what they did, I have no idea. Do I want to know? Not at all, because that's not my business. To be fair, this entire document is an invasion of privacy. But if it breaks the internet, then guess what? It's commentary for real estate, okay? Now, like 20,000 pages later, after talking about this entire Pokimane situation, he finally came to the point of where he wanted to drive this one thing down your throat to make sure that you understood and knew. Watching her stream about me now breaks my heart because I had to sit there and watch her lie about the true nature of our relationship to thousands of people. When it's obvious to me now she never acknowledged my feelings and cared more about eliciting sympathy from the public while attributing her noble cause as a defense against the backlash from Yvonne and Lily were getting. I honestly can't help but feel bad for Fed, but he did what he did, and that's the end of it. But the one thing I can say is if you literally look at the next sentence, he does say, I will say that her speaking up definitely took a lot of heat off Yvonne and Lily, and I'm happy about that. For them, I'm okay with taking the hate, but only where it's deserved. This doesn't really insinuate, it kind of just puts out into the open that a lot of the things that they were saying were kind of stretched to their own benefit. Fed continues in the document and he states that he never actually had a problem with Yvonne, it was actually Pokey that had a problem. He states he never wanted to hurt anyone and he feels like Pokey had been manipulative this entire time during the process. Now I'm going to sit down and actually end this entire document era of the video by reading off this last piece of the document. Overall, it's clear, Pokey and I had a very volatile relationship, and I'm certainly guilty of being inconsiderate, oversharing, and breaking her trust. But I hope that this new information sheds a light on my side of things and gives a lot of much needed context that wasn't initially provided. Never at any point was I trying to be manipulative or keep Pokey from making friends. I never wanted Yvonne fired. It horrifies me for how much and for how long misinformation about me and my character have been out there. Like I said, there are some issues I've been working on, and I feel I've already made a lot of progress. I only hope that one day, I can be the man I could have never been before all of this. I really wish I didn't have to show text/DMs, as this is something I'm profoundly against. But this was an important person in my life for years, and for her to manipulate the narrative the way she did, to the public, leaves me no choice because I am not the person she described. At the end of the day, this stuff kinda goes a long way. A lot of people, no matter what, without you ever explaining yourself, will always take another person's side. Now see, the accuser is always the one that will garner the most attention, to say the least. And as they usually do, they always have the power to manipulate something into their favor. Now, Pokimane did address that she was going to talk about this later on in one of her streams today, which still hasn't happened. At least not at the time of this video. Now, for those of you goofballs that weren't listening at all and really didn't give a shit, I'm gonna read the TLDR. I want to defend myself where possible, just giving context to things I felt were necessary for my peace. I'm sober and in therapy. I have learned a lot about myself and my issues. I'm working very hard to address what causes these issues. My relationship with Pokey was a lot more complicated than we were just close. I didn't try to manipulate our friends to get them to hate Pokey. Pokey's relationship with just friends was professional, and she used me as a scapegoat for not forming friendships with them. She isolated herself from them. I told some people we had a thing, and I felt I was being honest. However, it was wrong because I broke her trust and privacy. I never tried to get Yvonne fired because it was the incident between us, but Pokey later does for other reasons. I also want to add, I've made similar statements for others, not Yvonne or Lily, and these statements include apologies but also dispute some claims that made in their streams. While offering explanations from my point of view currently, I have not decided whether to post them. Now that's basically the rundown over the entire situation that's happening up currently, so you're all up to date. Now the one thing I can say is I thought this was solved internally amongst the entire group themselves a long time ago, but it really seems like it wasn't. And honestly, it kind of seems like the roles are reversed now. It seems like Fed is now in the position to really tell everything, considering there were so many gaps that he's filling in now. Now, at this point, if you kind of look at it from a different perspective, they're all playing a very dangerous game with each other and their careers, and I really feel like a lot of this stuff shouldn't be brought to the light anymore, and it should just be left alone. Fed is now getting serious help, and to him, he seems like he's making a lot of progress, and I don't think he'll ever be returning to offline TV. I don't think he should anyway. And I think he'll probably eventually come back and do everything on his own, as he should. And maybe he'll become the man that he's always wanted to be. Now, like I said previously, I feel like they're genuinely just playing with fire. Now, I'm not sure if Fed had entirely lost his entire community or fan base or his career in general, but I can say is that if anything goes south from here on out, I genuinely think someone will lose their careers. For some reason, I also just pluraled the term careers. Why? Anyway, let's just ignore that. After all this time, hopefully if you made it this far in the video, you've liked the video or disliked it. Subscribe if you're new, I suppose, and join my Discord server. I try to post daily content, and it works out. I don't really do anything on the weekends, but it kind of works out sometimes. Once again, like I said at the beginning of the video, if you guys want me to do something tomorrow, please comment it down below in the pinned comment, and I'll see what you guys want us to do. As in us, I mean me. Unless you want to see a collaboration, then that can also be commented. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this whole video up. It's really insane that this had to happen the way it did, and it's honestly a huge pop-up, I suppose. I know for a genuine fact that no one was expecting this to happen. I certainly fucking wasn't, and neither were the rest of my boys. Now, I truly do hope that Fed gets the help he deserves. The rest of the people, I hope they all get the help they deserve as well, because it seems like at this point, this isn't just a one-way street. There's multiple side streets that are going on at the same time to wrap into this one big offline TV story. I will be covering further news and updates on this topic in the future, so, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys later. Peace.